I have the pleasure of introducing UK rockers Queen's Pleasure. They dove straight into the music scene, playing gig after gig until the pandemic hit. They've taken the last year to rejuvenate and really focus on exploring their sound, and I'm very much here for it. Just releasing their latest track, How It Feels, and with their upcoming full-length project, Words to Live By, Suits to Die, and out September 10th, I'm very excited to welcome Queen's Pleasure.
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah, sure. I'm Jurre. I'm the singer of Queen's Pleasure. I think that's it, right?
I'm Sal. I play the drums in Queen's Pleasure.
No, he's the best drummer in Queen's Pleasure.
The best drummer. If you have like four, okay. Well, for me, it's still about like 2 o'clock here. But for you guys, it's been a day. So, what was the last thing you guys listened to?
Shit. Can I watch my Spotify? Let me look up.
Am I a Good
It's
Man
a
from
jazz
Yuck?
song by Buddy.
Oh my gosh, you guys cut each other off. What?
Okay, Am I a Good Man from Yuck?
Okay.
You, Sal?
And mine is You're Getting to a Habit with Me from Buddy Rich.
Okay.
Super sweet little dark jazz song.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I came straight from work home, and I have to admit I've not listened to anything today, and I hate that I have to admit that.
We
One of
won't
those
ask you the
days where you
question.
just like have to live in your silence, and
Yeah,
but
we all have those days.
yeah. So I kind of want to talk about your guys' roots. What did you guys grow up listening to as kids?
Whew, for me, listening to music started with my sister. She was into like Belgium bands like Balthazar and Absent Minded, and also things as Jack Johnson and that kind of stuff. So that was my way into it, getting the iPod of my sister and listening to all those songs when I was little. And then after that, it was actually listening music with my dad, like CDs in the car, and that was like Joe Jackson, Dire Straits, so that kind of, and Santana, and I still love those things, the classic things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
For me, it started with first like many Dutch artists like Akda and Munich, and I used to listen to it with my dad. And then, like on vacation, you get like a CD from the hit zone. I don't know, it's a weird kind of hits. But then I was like 13, 14, and I was like really into to like UK music or something, and I really kind of explored all the old music, so to say. So then, yeah, kind of with Arctic Monkeys, may a bit of Blur. A lot of the Smiths actually. So that's kind of I kind of was a late bloomer with the music, but I guess it turned out okay.
Yeah, I would say so. I always talk about my musical upbringing because I think it's really interesting. My parents were very much into country music. So I went to my first concert when I was 6. It was Tim McGraw. And then as I got older, and then, it was still country, and I got to 3rd grade, which is very young. I was maybe 7. My brother showed me Fall Out Boys from Under a Cork Tree. And from that point on, I have just like lived and breathed like punk rock, alt rock, indie rock, and have not looked back since. Um, no hate towards country, I still listen to it every once in a
I love
while.
country.
Yeah, it's
But
very
I can love it.
interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting to say the least.
We
You
have
never
in
really
the
realize how much.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
No, go ahead.
this connection. Like the we listen to in the band. We have like a when we're in the band van or something.
Oh,
We always listen to like a playlist with the country music, like the modern country music was like what was that song again, Saul?
better with a beer.
Oh yeah, Better with a Beer. Yeah, it's great
Absolute
tunes.
banger.
You have to have the beer, the
The
pickup truck.
truck, yeah,
Yeah.
the truck sitting on the lawn.
Yeah, it's the all-American Southern
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Um, so I understand you guys met in prep school, and obviously you're no longer at prep school age. So how has it been growing as a band, but also kind of as men together? Has there been any discourse? I mean, with any group being together for a good amount of time, there's obviously going to be some ticks and everything. But how has it been as both musicians and in a personal aspect?
I think growing up, like we started when the drummer was 14, so well, you get like the really teenage kind of problems as well, and with girlfriends and kind of that stuff. But also we progressed to something a bit more serious, and also that reflects kind of in the music as well. Um, we take the music more serious and the band more serious, but I think the problems mainly are like moving to a big city and getting to know a lot of nice people, but also like bad people as well. Um, but I think yeah, when you're young, you finally at the age of 18 you can drink. It's here it's 18. With you it's 21. So uh, yeah, and then like that will bring problems with it, especially when you're young and kind of studying music and like having a lot of emotions on stage as well. Um, yeah, problems, but also good times as well.
Yeah, I think yeah, I see the these guys as my brothers, and it's a cheesy thing to say as being in a band, like those are my brothers, but it does really feel like that. And I was 14, so when you like, that is like a important age with, you choose who the people you want to be surrounded with, and you are choosing what you want to do and what you want to become and stuff, and we went through that together, so it does make a special bond. It's just true.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that about you guys, and being able to have that history I think really adds to everything, and
Yeah,
especially growing musically together. I mean, learning and
yeah, we had
all of the
some
above.
yeah, we had some rough times. But also beautiful ones.
Definitely. And what was the story? You guys covered a Tame Impala song, is that correct?
Yeah, that's actually yeah. So I was with Teun in a little in the prep school band thing, and they said you have to do three covers. So the bassist of that band was like, "Let's do Tame Impala," and we were like, "All right." But Teun was like, he really liked blues music and like heavy rock stuff when he was young. So like Tame Impala is an slow indie song, and then he started rocking a blues solo over it, and I thought it was super fun how much he didn't care. And then yeah, I texted him after the lesson like, we should start a band, and it happened.
And how did the name come about?
Also your also like you saw like started the band, but also like uh, uh, non his dad like put the name up with Queen's Pleasure, and then we're like, oh, that's kind of cool name, and then we kind of figured it out what it meant. But yeah, mainly Saul's dad came up with it.
Yeah.
We had some we had
He
Shout
some
did.
out,
other
shout out to your dad.
sounds.
Yeah. We always call my dad the only rock star from Queen's Pleasure. It's my dad. We call him the rock star.
That is so funny. And I can only imagine with your guys' sound how you guys put on a live show. I can only imagine how insane it is and how good it is. Have you guys gotten a taste of that in the last couple months? I know you guys have released some tour dates for the fall. Have you had a chance this past couple months to do any shows?
Yeah, we had
Uh,
some. Oh yeah, sorry, the connection
Oh,
again.
no, no.
Yeah, the we had some live streams and some like 1.5 meters shows, but it was not the same. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to the tour in the fall this year, and hopefully it will be like old school and uh, you have your companion's breath in your face. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know here there's been shows popping up everywhere, and obviously larger festivals are
Oh,
happening. I
jealous.
haven't been to one quite yet. Not sure if I'm ready for that. Four
Mm.
people's breath in my face.
Exactly. Yeah, I
But
can.
it's really amazing how much we're all coming back together, and to finally have that moment of realization that you're in the crowd, you're crammed together like sardines, and just being able to enjoy the music. I physically cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
So as musicians, I can't imagine how eager you guys are to get back on a stage.
So eager. So, yeah. I want to do nothing but play shows now. It's yeah. And like the socially distant shows are just totally something else. It's not the same. It's just really not. But it's
I mean,
still good fun.
yeah, I mean, now we're just gonna say yes to like everything. Like, doesn't matter what it
Everything.
is. Like everything,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
I want to play on my grandma's birthday, you know? I don't care.
Absolutely. So other than, obviously wanting to do shows, and you guys have been working on a lot of music over the last year, what else has really inspired you in the last year to write this record, and really just get pushing for it?
I think actually the lockdown, uh, we had some songs, we planned to record all the songs that we played live. That was the only songs we had. So we're like, let's record them and make an album. But then we were recording in England the first half of the album, and then the lockdown came. So we're like, we can't record our album further now because we can't go back. Um, so we decided to write new songs, and then eventually, when the recording studios opened up again, we went straight back into the studio. So we have like really, it's so cool because we have like old classic Queen's Pleasure songs in for us, and then we have new fresh songs on there as well, which is a really cool feeling for your debut album. So
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we wrote some like yeah, we wrote some other tunes than before during the lockdown, and that was kind of weird. We wrote the Panic from Dublin's song, and it was kind of weird, kind of twist as well. And then because the lockdown, we took it a bit more serious or something. The music, I don't know what it was, but like the I think the dream when you're young of like you're immortal, nothing can happen to you, and now it was like something can happen to you, and then we were like thrown out of that teenage dream or something, and we fell down on the ground, and I think we made some other kind of tunes, maybe more darker tunes or more serious tunes, but I think more, better tunes than
maybe
what we
yeah,
had.
they may came out of frustration as well. Just having that dream, building up towards it, and it's going according to plan, and then you get thrown down on the ground, and then you get so frustrated because you were getting towards a point, yeah, what we really wanted, and then yeah, this happened. So frustration as well. So yeah,
Absolutely. And where are you guys currently located?
well, I'm in Amsterdam,
And I'm
and
in the
well,
huh? Oh, I'm in the Zuidoost-Beemster.
yeah, near to Purmerend.
Yeah.
So how is the music scene over there? I know UK rock is very essential in my head, and the way it sounds and everything. So what else over there is kind of big, in your eyes at least, and how has the scene treated you guys?
Um, yeah, well, yeah, we have like a strong indie band scene here in Amsterdam and in the Netherlands in general. It's strong indie scene, but you see the things that really get big or make the next step are like those really uh, pop acts, you know,
Hmm.
the real pop acts, and yeah, we're trying to squeeze through with our songs and ring the doorbell like, hey, we're also here, and we make nice songs, and yeah, it's been received well. We can't complain. So
Yeah. I mean, we got played on like Dutch radio. Like that's so nice. We never expected that. And also
yeah,
like we did some nice shows. You know, it was like bigger than I ever expected, and I think the scene is really kind of there's like a really compact scene as well because it's not that big and everybody knows each other. So if you
Hmm.
do something nice or do something cool, people will remember that. But if you do something bad and awful, then people will remember that too. But I think, yeah, it's really nice. It has its own, like, especially Amsterdam has its own like kind of music scene. I don't know much about like other cities, but especially Amsterdam has like a well known indie scene as well.
yeah, and it's hard for us as a band part of that indie scene. It's really hard to break through that wall of just playing the same old things, doing the showcase. We have like one important showcase in the Netherlands called Noorderslag,
Hmm.
Eurosonic Noorderslag, and then okay, you did popronde, then you go to Noorderslag, then you're gonna play the clubs, and then you're gonna do that whole thing again every year. And it's the most difficult thing to break out of that pattern and become something bigger than that. Not only f- uh, speaking of fame, but also musically and stuff. It's really hard to become your own little island, but we're really trying. So yeah,
Yeah, I think you guys are doing such a great job. And it's really interesting how you mentioned that you kind of play that same cycle. Because I know a lot of bands local to me, at least, do that same cycle. It's you play these three venues
exactly.
over and over again. You get played on our local rock station, and then maybe you hit it on a Billboard chart, maybe.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's kind of like at this point, music discovery in this day and age is so incredibly insane. I mean, you have one TikTok video that goes viral, gets a
Yeah.
million views, and all of a sudden your last two singles are off the charts, but then it's kind of like unless you're ready to go knock them out one by one by one by one and you've
Yeah.
had those like six singles ready, like people lose interest like that anymore, especially like the younger kids.
Yep.
And I know myself discovering music when I was a teenager, it was obviously through friends, but also like the smaller publications, like Alt Press was a very big one for me. So I found a lot of the stuff from there. But now it's like all these kids have to do is open up Twitter, open up Instagram, open up whatever. And it's like, hey, here's 30 bands. Open up
Yeah.
Spotify. Here's 40 more bands.
Yeah.
And it's the algorithm, I guess, is the best word to say,
Mm.
but is absolutely insane. And how to like combat it is I don't even know how to begin for myself to find music I like, let alone like as an artist navigate that. But I think you guys are doing a really great job, especially finding like your niche. And then
Thank
obviously I'm over here in the States listening, so
you. You
like you
did
guys are doing
something right.
something right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Still amazing.
like there's a woman here in the Netherlands. She wrote a book about anxiety, where it's like the aux cable, you know, and where's anxiety, where
Yeah.
you're in a place with your friends or a birthday party, and like someone says like, "Oh, you work in the music scene, play something nice," you know, and you're like, all of these bands, all of these like infinite bands and artists to listen to, and they choose which one is the lucky one, I guess. But which one should I play now is kind of really weird because you have so much bands and artists and great bands, but also not so great bands. But um, yeah, I mean, it's so hard to pick one, you know.
Right, exactly. And like as an artist, right? It's like how do you become that one song on that aux aux playlist
Yeah,
that's going to be heard, whether it's a room of 10 or a room of 300.
yeah. Healthy doses of luck as well, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're I talked it about the last single, how it feels, is also about like how we're so lucky, you know. I mean, I'm very lucky, but Saul's very lucky, and our bass player and the guitarist is very lucky. But I mean, there are also people in the world who aren't that lucky, you know. And I think we speaking with you, we're very lucky, because not everybody gets a chance to do that, you know. And I talked about in how it feels. Yeah, I talk about that inequality uh, kind of thing where not everybody gets the same like starting package, you know. And that's the same with bands and artists as well.
Definitely. And a perfect segue into the next kind of batch of questions I have. So you guys recorded with Ed Hartwell for this project, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
Correct.
who has an incredible resume. How was the recording process, and how was it like working with him?
So, yeah, when did we start talking with Ed? Yeah, like 3 years
I think
ago.
yeah, no, I think summer of 2019. I guess
Yeah.
we
So we were a bit younger than we were now. Didn't knew as much. Ed had to teach us a lot of things, and our manager as well. They had a headache over us because we were like super stubborn. We thought we knew how everything worked. We thought we knew everything. We thought we're like, oh, we're going in the studio. Oh, we already know everything. Oh, this producer, okay, nice. Can you do this and this and this? And then we sound like this and this and this, and then it will be fine. And we make the best record ever. And then we started to realize, took us almost a year. We started to realize we had a lot of stuff to learn and a lot of things to figure out before we could even go in the studio. So, but then it turned then. With Ed, Ed was so amazing. He became just a friend. Yeah, it was super comfortable. He knew what we wanted. He knew, and we knew what he wanted. And then we did the album in batches. And then the last few were like we just came in and we already knew everything he liked, he didn't like, and then it became a super smooth um, thing, and it went great. Very comfortable, very nice guy. We love him.
yeah. I mean, he was really patient with us, uh,
He
because
was.
we were so stubborn. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
Indeed.
it's a hard thing to do, you know, working with kids. That's hard, you know.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I mean, I have always been a very stubborn person.
Mm.
So when I get into those situations and I'm like faced by somebody who's like, no, actually, you need to slow down and shut the fuck up
Yeah,
and like listen to me. I'm like, oh no no
exactly.
no no no, wait
Yeah,
wait.
yeah,
Actually, I think that's great, and I'm really glad that you guys have been able to grow with him as well.
yeah.
Um, and I think that How It Feels has really set an amazing tone for this record. Can you give us a little bit of a glimpse into the full length record?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, how it feels is the single is definitely like standing on its own in the album in the album. But I think the whole album really fits together really nicely. It has like the youth kind of energy, and also like like the melodic things. Um, but I think mostly it's like 5 years or 6 years writing songs in a band put together in like a debut album. I think that's with like the excitement. It's brought with excitement, you know, and with energy and with like total. Uh, yeah, I mean, I'm just smiling
It's
when I talk about it. I don't know.
it's Yeah, I look at it this way. It's 6 years, almost 6 years of four best friends grew up together. They became best friends. They became brothers. They made an album. They wrote songs 6 years. This is what it brought. That's how I look at it.
Heck yeah, I think that's a great way to put it too. And you're just about a month, as of we're recording this, you're just about a month away, which is very exciting.
So excited.
And are you guys doing anything special to celebrate the release?
Yeah, it's a bit. We're like checking out now because like the COVID restrictions still in the
Yeah,
Netherlands. But I mean,
Yep.
we have some nice things on the agenda.
lots
With
of
like
beers, I'm sure.
lots
Of
of beers.
course.
Yeah, oh, yeah. And lots of skating. But I'm not gonna tell you where it is.
Oh, okay, all right. That's a teaser. I'll take it. um, so do you guys want to play a game of quick picks where I give you a very specific scenario and you give me the first song that comes to your head?
Let's go.
Yes, yes.
Um,
Yes,
so
yes, yes. We love it.
I'm so glad you guys are so excited. Um, the first one is you are stuck in a train station and the train you're waiting on is just not coming. You've been there for what feels like forever. And you go and put the first song on your Spotify, Apple Music, whatever that is. I picked the song called Tempo by Valley. It is just the most happy-go-lucky thing, and if I'm that angry, I need something to pick me up.
I like to keep like the emotion of feeling sad in those moments because it's a nice way of reflecting on life. So when you're when the train eventually does come, you have to reflect on life in those moments. So I go this one's for you by Ozark Henry.
Okay,
It's a Belgium artist. I
nice,
think.
nice.
Yeah.
I'll just do whatever people say I am. That's what I'm not from. Uh, uh, whoa, whoa, where's it from?
Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, there's wait, it's a long title as well. You said I ain't worth $1, but you feel like a millionaire. From Queens of Stone
What?
Age.
Oh
That
my
song.
goodness.
How's the song
My,
called?
my
Queen.
I can hear it in my head, but I can't.
It
This
was
is going great.
LA's Drive Time Commute. What's the saga? I need a saga. It's songs for the deaf. This song. You think I ain't worth $1, but you make me feel like a millionaire?
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah, that one.
I heard it immediately in my head, but I have not listened to that enough. That those many words of the song title.
I mean, yeah.
Um, so the second one is you're on the way home from a very bad date. You went on the date, it went terribly, the connection was not there, whatever just turned it upside down happened. And you have to drive them home, so you have to cut the silence. What song are you playing? I picked "Good for You" by Olivia Rodrigo,
Which is a
because
banger.
yeah, because I just like it would be let's get out of here. I'm gonna play the
Yeah.
loudest thing I want.
I recently discovered a Dutch band. They're around for already 10 years almost or something like that. And I never heard of them, which is a shame. They're called Pace Shifters. And they're really like a hard rock band. And I would do Hurdles or Drone, either of those two. Because it's just a really loud song and I would just like look at her like, let's get home, you know.
Just
And then
drown it
play
out, drown
this
it out.
screaming loud rock music. I think it fits nice.
I'll play Relax from Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Hell yeah.
And then lastly, you are in the midst of summer and the air is perfect. The temperature is exactly where you want it to be, and you're just the happiest you could be. What song is playing in your head? I picked Yellow by Coldplay.
Ah, beautiful.
Yeah, for obvious, it's just such a good song, and I can't wait for them to release some new music. I know they've released a couple singles, and I'm very excited for that.
Yeah,
Ooh,
beautiful.
man. I'll pick Balthazar. Just any song.
I
Any
wanted
song.
to say Balthazar as well,
Yeah, really? No.
but I'll
Nah.
say something else. Uh, well, I wanted to say "Listen Up" by Balthazar. Such a great song.
Okay. I can't
It's,
wait to end this episode and take all these songs and go listen to them. I feel like I have so much music to catch up on now.
I think you'll love Bass Shifters.
Okay. I'm excited. I always am looking for new music, but the way Spotify works is they always give me the same like rotation. So maybe this will break it and I'll be able to listen
Exactly.
to so many more.
Great.
Well, thank you for playing. I have one final question for you guys. Musicians have the ability and the platform to leave marks on the world in various ways, either bigger or smaller. As a band, what mark do you guys want to make on the world?
It's a good
Ooh.
question.
I think it's a thin line between uh, just having fun and having fun with people and let people have fun, make them dancing, make them have fun, and really want to say something. I think it's a thin line between the serious message you have and just want to have fun and make people happy and dance. So it's a thin line between um, those two things for me.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I like write lyrics or like perform or say anything, especially lyrics, like it's all like reflecting within me, you know. But I think like people can get their own stories out of my lyrics because I describe it kind of vaguely, and that's not on purpose or anything, but just it like the confrontation with the lyrics itself is sometimes a bit harsh, and then it's nice to let people project their own thoughts on the lyrics. Um, yeah, but I think what I want to achieve or do with like especially my kind of segment in the band, yeah, it's really like maybe comfort people, but also um, let people enjoy themselves. You know, it's not always dark or always. It doesn't need to be always that deep, or it can be like anything um, within your mindset that you can reflect the lyrics on. You know, um,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's kind of my aim in the band as well.
Yeah, the classic thing as a musician is once you released the song, it's not yours anymore. It's from the people who listen to it. That's
I think that was beautifully said, and I can't agree more. I love when I can hear a song and it can relate to my immediate situation or a situation that had happened 6 months ago,
exactly.
um, or 6 years ago. And I think the beauty of all music and
Yeah,
being able to relate to various artists in so many ways. And it's the one connecting factor that a lot of people have is just like one song or like one album. And if you say, oh, like Lord Melodrama, like everybody knows what you're talking about and everybody knows the feeling. I think that's beautifully said. And I really appreciate you guys' time today. Queen's pleasure. Thank you.
Thank
no
you.
problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.